Break. Hello guys, and welcome to the Golden Bungalow. So this is how our first week went with our 8-week-old puppy. So before we get into the video, I thought you guys might like to see little Takoda as a fresh puppy. So we ended up going to see him at 4 weeks old, which was absolutely adorable. We went up again at 6 weeks where he'd grown a bit more and he's very cuddly, very kissy, and fell asleep in my arms, which is absolutely adorable. And then finally we picked him up at 7.5 weeks, and as you can see, he's fully asleep in Gemma's arms. So this little man here is Takoda. We chose Golden Retriever because they are an absolutely fantastic breed, as a lot of you already know. They're calm, they're easy to train, and they're just pure, lovely dogs. And as you can see, it's not our first rodeo because we, funnily enough, got his uncle sat right there. So our first week actually wasn't too bad. We were very blessed because the thing is we found such a fantastic breeder. They actually introduced the crate very early on. So luckily Takoda slept all the way through the night. So we did sort of like the tough love approach by putting him in at 9 o'clock and then got him up at 6 o'clock in the morning, didn't make any mistakes, came straight outside and went to the loo. So luckily we didn't get any problems on that front, so we were very, very blessed. Not only were we blessed with the crate training at night, but fantastically, even during the day, as soon as he napped, he went straight back in, and he's not that interested in the camera. This one's actually a fantastic guy. So this is little Medivh. So Takoda actually slept even during the day in the crate. So as you can imagine, that is one fundamental part of training that luckily just molded. And fun enough, Takoda, Medivh was exactly the same. Sit. Good boys, well done. Wait. Break. Now I just want to add to that, just because the crate training was really good, first week I am going to say was not smooth sailing. So like I say, as you can imagine with every single puppy you're going to get, not everything is going to go straight to plan. Medivh is fantastically trained, and I mean fantastically trained, but still, as he's got another little one in the house, them two are constantly playing in here, you were constantly up, you were constantly trying to stop him from peeing on the floor, constantly biting everything, constantly biting us as well. But then saying that, so like I say, and then unfortunately, now a lot of people get this, and don't be ashamed if you do. I got it the first week, and that was the puppy blues. I went through the state of thinking, what have I done? So I run my life pretty much on a routine, and as you can imagine, we wanted one, we were ready for one, but your routine does get smacked out of whack. And a lot of people I've been speaking to on the Facebook Golden Retriever UK site, and also on another one, the people are suffering with the puppy blues. But luckily, it doesn't last. You can knock it out, and I have. I'm in a new routine, and it all does work. But one thing I do want to add to this video for everyone that is looking to get a puppy is certain things you want to do and get prior to them arriving in your house. Like I say, this isn't our first rodeo. We started with obviously Medivh. Now Medivh is nearly 4 years old, and he has turned out absolutely brilliantly. So these are my recommendations of what to do prior to getting your puppy. So number one on my list is to find a very good breeder. Now, personally, I would stay away from Pets for Homes because me and Gem, we looked at a couple on there, we even messaged them, and we found out both of them, the ones we messaged, were scammers. So my advice is find the breed that you want, go onto the Kennel Club website and look for assured breeders. Now, luckily, I found a lady called Heather, who is a stud breeder for Golden Retrievers. Now, I used her the first time when we got little Medivh, and what she does is she gave me a whole list of all the dogs that her males have mated with, and that's how we found him, and that's also how we found Takoda. Now, Takoda has come from a lovely lady called Sarah, who is an absolutely fantastic breeder, and she is, for as ever long as she is going to be breeding, she is going to be our breeder because she is absolutely fantastic. She does so much to help you prior to obviously them coming about. Oi, you two, oi, oi, oi. See, this is what I mean. Even now, we're on our 10th week and things aren't still going to plan. So, but we are in a routine as such. He is getting better, which you will see clips over the videos we do, but we're going to stick to 8 weeks on this video. So, like I say, assured breeder is number 1. So number 2, this, like I say, I am not a trainer, dog trainer in any shape or form. I've luckily followed things and done very, very well. Little nut job, absolute little nut job. He is absolutely adorable, but don't let that cuteness fool you, because he is also a little terror. So number 2 is find yourself a puppy course. Now, I would hugely and highly recommend Will Atherton's Perfect Puppy course. To me, it is absolutely revolutionary. Medivh has turned out absolutely stunningly. I will overlay some video of me walking around and doing things with him. Like I say, he is 4.5 years old. Takoda, like I say, is currently at 10 weeks, so we have done a few weeks already. But the Perfect Puppy course, which I'll throw up on the left side here, is you don't just do how to do stuff. He teaches you why we are doing what we're doing prior to learning any form of command. As soon as you know the whys, when things don't go right when you're doing the how, you'll understand why. Also, there is a fantastic Facebook group that you can join once you have joined the Perfect Puppy course. It is a year long, but don't let that put you off, because the first month is the one where you've literally got to hammer it. He will teach you crate training. He will teach you potty training. He will teach you sit, stay, break. He will teach you place. He will teach you lie down. It is the best one, as well as all that, is loose lead walking. Now, Takoda, which I cannot believe, he is already loose lead walking. Wait, down you get. No. Prime example of one of the other things. He jumps up all the time. You've got to fire on that command, and you're not helping things right now. So, yeah. So as you can see, we're still learning. So this is what I love to show, because you're still seeing in the house puppy blue stuff, which is gone because I've got used to it now. But yeah, so number 2 is Perfect Puppy course, in my opinion. Get that, and this will set you up, as Will says, to success. So guys, I just want to show you what you can expect from the end of this course if you put all the hard work in. So Medivh is about nearly 4 years old, but we still work on him every single day whenever we go out for a walk. So this is what you can expect. Medivh, here. I've got that so well. Here. Good boy. You're tired, aren't you? Here. Good. Sit. Down. Good boy. Up. Good. Middle. Good. Now, middle isn't a part of the course. It's just something extra I've added to him, just so I can put the lead on when he was a lot younger. So, right, come. Come. Good boy. Heel. Good. Heel. Heel. Sit. Good. Down. Good boy. See, these are the sort of things you can expect. As long as you put the hard work in with this course, you can end up having that. And look how chilled he is while he's doing it. He's exactly the same inside.
So one of the core essential pieces for the course that you choose is a crate. Crate training is revolutionary. It is particularly for us. We trained Medivh in this crate. It's one of the larger crates, but it was ideal for him growing up. As Takoda is so small, we have created a divider in the crate. The reason we have created this divider is so that he has enough room to move around, but it's not too large that he'll go into a corner and go to the toilet and then having to sleep in there. So he's got enough room to move about, but also it's comfortable for him. The crate is also a great idea if you are working or if you need to pop out at any point. and you can't watch your puppy. You don't want them destroying the place. You can't keep an eye on them. It's ideal to just pop them in for that minute. They feel comfortable in there, or comfortable enough, and then you can do what you need to do, come back and let them out. In terms of a routine as well, so if there's times when they're tired, they'll find themselves taking themselves into the crate, which is ideal, but we're training them to use the crate as their safe place, as a little den. They're den animals anyway, like packs, so they prefer a little den to go into to relax, to sleep. So I'd say number 3 is ideal for a crate.
So guys, number 4 is the bell on the door. Now, this isn't part of the Perfect Puppy course. So in the Perfect Puppy course, they teach you on the hour, every hour. Now, are you gonna do it for me? Are you? No, he's not. So the bell on the door is exactly that. So he needs to now go out to the loo. So instead of making a mess like Medivh did when we were perfect, I'm so glad he's just done that, that's brilliant. So Medivh used to keep messing in the house and it was driving us nuts. He never pooped, he just kept peeing. So we ended up looking online for another way of doing it. And the bell on the door is perfect. It took Takoda 2 days to learn it. It took Medivh 2 days to learn it. And literally they do exactly what he just done. They come up to the door and literally they nudge it with their nose to let you know they need to go out. So as he has just literally done that, Takoda, here. Here. Sit. Good boy. Medivh, here. I know you told me, bub. Here. Sit. Sit. Good boys. Wait. Now bear in mind, he's only 10 weeks. Break. And now, potty, straight away, perfect. That's exactly why I taught him the bell on the door.
So this is number 5. We purchased a bag which would help us with training, help us with our walks, everything. So this, you don't have to purchase this particular one, but this one we found quite useful. There's a pouch here for the poo bags. There's also a pouch here for hand sanitizer should we need it. The front pouch is where we put our treats ready for training, and the back you can put your mobile in, your keys if you're going for a walk, and also your leads. In terms of training, so you don't overfeed your puppy, which can tend to happen with obviously giving them a lot of treats, what we do is we feed Takoda 4 times a day and we train him 4 times a day. So when we feed him, we put around half of his kibble as his treats. So we're using his food as his treats, and the other half is put into a slow feeder because he tends to gobble it up, which he then has in his crate. So 4 times a day we are training, we're using his kibble, we're walking along, we're taking it out of the pouch, so it's constantly on us, you don't have to reach anywhere else, and it's constantly in front. Takoda actually realises that he's going to do some training or get some treats when we put this on. He actually looks up at us, so it's an ideal piece of kit to have.
So guys, number 6, we are going to talk about leads. Now, following the Perfect Puppy course, which I just want to make perfectly clear, we are not sponsored by the Perfect Puppy course. I just find it absolutely revolutionary. Raising a puppy is not easy. It is very hard. It is sleepless nights. It is frustration, which bear in mind, if you do get frustrated, and this is where your partner is your team player with this, I'm going to say there have been times where I've just needed to walk out the room, I've just needed to go off and do something, and Jem has taken over because it is hard work. So the Perfect Puppy course made things 10 times more easier because of putting everything in a structured routine for you. So when we did the Perfect Puppy course first with Medivh, which was over 4 years, or nearly 4 years ago, you used a slip lead. It's slightly different now because the course has changed, but you can follow the old course. And I've still stuck with the slip lead because I think it is brilliant rather than using a normal lead and collar, because I find if you do need to move the dog left or right, you're putting pressure on just one little area. Whereas this, it just uses the entire area, which is going to do less harm or anything like that to your dog. So I find the slip lead is the best training tool especially when you're doing loose lead walking. Now, I wouldn't say I am against harnesses, but I would never use a harness when it comes to heel walking. The harness for me, which I did use and I am going to use on Takoda when he can go out, this is his free roaming tool. So this will only be used if he is going to be braked, so he can run off and do what he wants, but he will be on a 15-meter long line. So I've still got hold of him. And like I say, this is an amazing tool, again, because then he gets to experience to be able to run a little bit free until later on, till he's about 6 to 12 months, where recall comes in so he can be off lead. So long line and harness combined for free roaming, heel walking and training, slip lead.
So number 7, we recommend a slow feeder. Now, when we're training Takoda, he inhales the treats, or his kibble, as we use as treats. He literally inhales it. It doesn't seem like he chews at all. So that was the same case for when we put his bowl down of food. It was gone in seconds. So we bought a slow feeder, which, as you can see, it's got a few little obstacles for him. So he's finding it a little bit harder to grab the pieces, therefore slowing him down to eat. It also takes him about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, to fully eat the kibble. Just threw that in the air. So it gives you a chance, whilst he's in his crate eating, to go wash your hands or put the kettle on for a cup of tea. It just gives you that little bit of extra time, but also it ensures that he's eating slower and not getting indigestion as well.
So guys, that is going to bring us to the end of the video. So that was our first week of Takoda being 8 weeks, or should I say we got him at 7.5 weeks. I hope this has been informative to you. We hope you've actually enjoyed it. Now, I will say the first week was not easy. In a way, it was kind of harder in areas as well, because even though I've got the experience of having little Medivh here, he also threw up some obstacles as well, as you can imagine, because he's got another little one in the house. He wants to play all the time. Now, this is another thing. If you do have another dog and you bring a puppy into the house, make sure playtime is learned outside and not inside. When they're inside, they need to stay calm and kind of separate, play with toys and things like that. Otherwise, they'll learn to play when he gets bigger, because he's going to be small for a very short time. So we don't want anything damaged or anything to go wrong inside the house. So that is the sort of the obstacle we're getting at the moment. But like I say, that is going to bring us to the end of the video. These boys are now getting tired. Takoda's now got to go to bed, as have I. So yeah, please put some comments down below of what you thought of the video, any tips or anything that you might need, or just want to put a general comment on there. We welcome them here on the Golden Bungalow. And this one needs to go out for his night pee. So I've got to go do that. Please hit like, guys, and please hit subscribe to keep up with more future content from us here at the Golden Bungalow. And we'll see you in the next one. Won't we, Bubba? Take care, guys. Stay safe. Ta-da.